sports. It's in the game.
I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a mule. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. I'm born in a million. Yeah, I'm born in a million. Yeah, I'm born in a million. All right now. You with me? I said, are you with me? Wake up to see my brand new horizon. The world's in my hands and the sun's tantalizing. Grab hold of mine if you want some good time. And it's been too long and you need some unwinding. Woo! Shake it low. The new sound has been found. And yo, I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a million. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. I'm born in a million. Just don't stop. Born in a million. Born in a million. Born in a million. Yeah, I'm born in a million. All right now. Since birth I've been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, here to recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in a million. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in a million. been shooting from a cannon. Mid-flight, hit or recite, I ain't landing. Handles like a vandal at night, you can't grab it. Fire underneath my hood is outstanding. Blast through a wall of bricks like Superman did. Ain't nothing holding me back but me standing. So I'ma take off right now from this planet. The new sound has been found in yo. I don't know what you've been told, but I ain't gonna stop till I break the mold. You see, I'm born in the music. I wanna rise in the ceiling, yes I do. I think it's time to see a brand new menu. I said I'm born in the music. I'm born in the music.
It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we'll see the Bills' rookie quarterback. There were no problems for him last week, going over 350 passing yards. It's the Bills and the Jags on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. You look at this Jaguar defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against. Currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
2nd and 11. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And Davis, he's not going to get there. Unable to make it to the yellow line, they stop him short. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
They'll look to throw here. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Bills' drive stalls out on 4th down. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. Coleman, the man in motion left. Now a play fake here on first down. So he stopped for no gain, and it's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 on that one, and a Bills first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. The Bills at 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
They'll run with Cook. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Bills will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back.
Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Here we go.
And 4.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First time that they've called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Option play. Here's Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. They'll drop to throw. He'll air this one toward Coleman. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free. 2nd and 10. You look at this Jaguar defense. They're a unit that enters play way down, number 28 in the NFL right now against the run.
This is an area of the game that they definitely have to improve because right now, against the pass, top 10 in the league. But against the run, that's where the struggles have come in. You got to find a way to make sure they stop runners before they get started.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Back to throw here. Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they...
So here are the Bills to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they... Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
And the slot man goes in motion left. 2nd and 6. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The Bills on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Motion man is Shakir. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 34-yard line. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only are the DBs going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Darnell Savage there to make the tackle. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
And this one nearly intercepted. Oh, that's a ball he thinks he should have had. Instead, maybe a chance for the offense to get 3 out of it after all. 4th down.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits. A long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. That is into the hands of Coleman downfield. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 27 yards there, a 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Looking for the crossing receiver, and he's got it. It's Samuel. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
Let's go now.
Cook up the gut. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up. But
Got it. Ready? Go.
they start the drive with Cook. Breaks through the contact. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 81 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this 1st half.
Go.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Motion man is Shakir. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They're going to look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
He's able to get it to Coleman. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And he's had a lot of success throwing the ball here early. You see by the numbers, he's already up over 200 yards passing.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on fourth down. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Well, this is something we've seen before, partner. We've seen a defense bait a rookie, pretend to leave a window open, and then the defensive back jumped it as soon as the ball was...
And now out come the Bills. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
That is caught. Kincaid with it.
And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing deep here for Coleman. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
This taken in by Kincaid.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Coleman, the man in motion left. Second and 11.
Now he fires deep for Shakir.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Khalil Shakir.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Boy, Charles, that's a great response drive from the rookie quarterback. Remember, threw the pick on the previous possession. Here he's able... Bills offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart. And that is...
Let's go now.
Starting the third quarter with Cook. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Brings up second and a yard at the 39-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
Oh, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's good for a Bill. First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On play action, they'll throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jaguars are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
At the 50-yard
He threw the interception on the previous drive, but that only led to 3 points. Defense held him to a field.
Ready, set.
They'll give to Cook on the read option to about the 23. And we have an injury on the play, and it looks like the running back, James Cook, is the one who's down.
Here we go, here we go. Check out.
Here's 2nd and 8.
This is Coleman with the grab. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Up the middle to Davis.
And they'll hold him to 3 there as he takes this up to the 47.
Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. He'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Inside give to Davis. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he'll go down at the 28. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's another Bills first down.
Option play. Here's Cook. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 103 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw.
So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And it's 2nd down.
Let's go now.
18-yard line.
Check out.
They'll set up a throw.
Pass delivered successfully to Knox on the out route.
So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Come on, set. Ready.
They'll drop to throw.
This to the tight end, Kincaid.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Dalton Kincaid.
His 2nd touchdown on the season. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
On that 3rd down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a 1st down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the 1st down. That was the gravy.
The Bills offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point.
Let's go. Go.
They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight.
And he'll get this to the 32.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the fourth quarter.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
Give to Cook out of the gun. Muscles him off. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding.
Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. That's good for 28 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
James Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Well, it has been the passing game that's really been responsible for much of the scoring so far, but let's not forget about this running attack. They're pretty good.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the...
Handoff comes to Cook. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
He was covered by Tyson Campbell.
Back to throw here. Now he's forced out right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
That is Josh Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack.
Let's go now.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. A give. This is Cook. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
2nd and 12 at the Jaguars' 30-yard line.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll give to Cook on the read option. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning.
153 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Here's a give to Davis. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
Ray Davis
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Bills are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
The Bills getting set to go.
They're looking at a 3rd straight win here if they can.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this. I think you felt the same way based on our conversation after the production meeting. But obviously not the case. And how about just how it broke open? You just all of a sudden, whoosh, there it is. This thing is pretty much done. And the crowd stayed with it to celebrate because they're like,